I was 21 years old when I had my first colonoscopy. I was alone at college, chronic diarrhea, bloating, gas, all of those things. Had a colonoscopy, told you have colitis. Back then in the 80s, it was colitis. Put on Prilosec, Nexium, Librium, all those things. And so from the age of 21 to 44, when I got out of school, nurse practitioner school, I had had multiple colonoscopies, 3 colonoscopies, a couple of endoscopies, some barium enemas, barium swallows, 24 years worth of GI nightmare, and put on all kinds of medications. And then in my early 30s, about 32, diagnosed with lupus, 2 little kids, sick as a dog with lupus, and then chronic itching for about 5 or 6 years, just scars on my arms from itching for years. So I had like 2 rheumatologists, a couple dermatologists, 3 gastroenterologists, so around 7 docs total in 20-something years. Not one time did any doctor ask me, Dani, what do you eat? Do you take digestive enzymes? Do you take probiotics? Do you know your food sensitivities? Until I was 44 years old, got out of school, started my first job, which happened to be in an integrative family medicine practice. And I was like, well, what do you mean? I eat anything I want. I have no idea what food sensitivities are, and I've never had a probiotic or a digestive enzyme in my life. And that was the turning point for me. This was the first job out of Vanderbilt for me, and I wasn't taught any of this. I wasn't taught anything about gut health or healing the body from the inside out. And so when I did my food sensitivity testing, 29 foods out of 96 were positive for antibodies, meaning they were affecting my body in some way. So salmon was on there, green beans, good food was killing me. So 29 foods. I started eliminating those foods, digestive enzymes, probiotics, and it took about 4 years worth of gut healing for me, being really consistent. And this time last year, which was a year ago in November, there were no antibodies left in my bloodstream. I'd tested 0, no antibodies for lupus in there, which is amazing. So complete remission from healing the gut. No itching anymore, no chronic diarrhea, and all of this stemmed from those questions that, in my opinion, should have been asked for 20-something years. So anyway, it set me on a mission. And that's how I've built my practice around the last 5 years almost, is healing the gut first. Starting with the gut, starting with the 80% of your immune system is in the gut. So it affects 80% of everything that's going on in your body. The serotonin from your brain is also located in the gut, about 75 to 90% of it. So when the gut's inflamed, so are the symptoms of anxiety and depression. So it's logical to me that this is the first place that we start, but we're not taught this. We're not taught this in school, and the patients aren't taught this. I mean, I was put on antidepressants because I was so stressed out, and that's how we tend to treat patients is, if you can't heal something, just go ahead and send them to psych. And there's a time and a place for psych. But not everybody has to have an antidepressant because they've got a leaky gut. So that's how I got started. And when I started Integrative Family Medicine, my practice now, I made it a mission to educate and empower and encourage the patients along the way. And we start in the gut. The majority of my patients have autoimmune disease, and women have autoimmune disease 8 to 10 times more than men do. And so the bulk of my patients are women, and that's what we do is I educate them on healing the gut. We do food sensitivities. We look at what are you eating, what is your lifestyle like, start all the way back from childhood. Did you grow up near chemical plants or fields, herbicides, and pesticides? Do you have a mouthful of mercury amalgams in your mouth? Were you immunized? All these things that add up. Not one thing that causes autoimmune disease, but all of these little things that add up. So we start there and we dig, to figure out, okay, what's going on? What's going on with their gut? What are you eating that's inflaming your body? What's your lifestyle like? Stress is huge, and stress will kill you. Just kind of like food will heal you or kill you, and you have to be real careful on what you eat. Stress will kill you as well, the way you handle stress. So we really work on the whole emotional, physical, mental spiritual side of health, integrative health, the whole thing. It all works together. So when I started, that's what my mission was. So I work with women, mainly women. I mean, I do have men that are in my practice, and women have autoimmune disease 8 to 10 times more than men. We're the more toxic of the two. We're the ones who breathe in the chemicals, the cleaning supplies, the lotion, the hair color, the makeup, the lipstick. I mean, we do all of that. And by the time we get out of the bathroom in the mornings, a woman has on average 200 to 300 chemicals on and in her body, in her bloodstream. It's unbelievable. So, and when you think about it, the bulk of my practice is autoimmune thyroiditis, Hashimoto's thyroiditis. And so here's the nose and here's the thyroid. So really when you think about it, it's a proximity issue here. You know, you're breathing in chemicals or you're spraying perfume on your thyroid, which is a huge no-no. And therefore the thyroid's inflamed, swells up, out through the lymph system, and we start to turn on the immune system. And once you have one autoimmune disease, you're more likely to have a couple, 2 to 3. So that's the mission that I have at Integrative Family Medicine, is to really educate people on healing their body by decreasing the inflammation.